Welcome back. Rico Money Bags, the channel helping you invest in yourself so we can invest in the future. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure the bell notification stays lit like that. You guys will not miss out for any future updates. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's talk about Ethereum. Let's talk about BNB, Solana, and all your favorite projects today. Make sure you guys can like, comment, and share this stream so we can get people to check out your guys' favorite projects. But we're always going to start off the show talking about the Mona Lisa. Bitcoin, the one that started it all, everybody. And yes, we're still pumping. We're still looking and doing really, really good. If you guys ask me, seeing the overall crypto market cap, at 2.93 trillion and this slow climb towards, $3 trillion market cap is also very, very exciting. But we already knew this stuff was going to happen. We had this nice little breakout over the 50 moving average that we've been covering. And this is why we see all this excitement back into BTC, excitement back into Ethereum, BNB back over 600. Solana, was just like $100. Now it's 150. Everything is seeing a lot of life in it because BTC is the rising tide that raises all the ships. BTC's pumping. Where's Sui at right now? 53% up on the week. Where's Avalanche? Been telling you to buy it since $19, $22.22, up 16% on the week. Everybody, the light on the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel has been spotted, and we can see it, everybody. It was dark. We almost didn't see the light. That dip was so serious, and it was pulling back so much. It was like, is it ever going to stop? Is the downtrend ever going to stop? And here we are. We should all be very, very excited that this is what we got going on. Now, obviously, there's probably going to be some market correction, when it goes and comes back and tests the 50 moving average like it does over here, right? You see that it broke out, goes up, comes back down, kind of consolidates on it, and then pumps up once again. So could we be, willing enough to allow that to happen over here? Would that be okay now that we see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? That we see this 50 moving average going up, coming back down, exactly what we talked about on the channel. We talked about, nobody, go back, check the receipts, they're there. We talked about filling this gap and the point of control right here, right? Okay, now that's all good. And yeah, there's a lot of incentive for that, but I don't want to get people, I don't want you guys to get discouraged when it's not going to 100 BTC right away. I want us to be just as excited as, when we first start to see this light at the end of the tunnel as we should be right now, because over here on the left side of the chart, when it first broke over the 50 moving average, it goes up, comes back down, tests it a little bit, and then it continues to rally back up. This is exactly, when we're breaking above the 50 moving average for the first time with a bullish momentum, we're having that happen right here. So we have to give it some wiggle room as it's filling this gap right here to the point of control that it might, potentially come back and touch the 50 moving average. But whether or not we're in the uptrend, that is no longer the question, everybody. BTC price prediction, we could possibly still see BTC wick up to 96,000. It could be, basically taking a breather right here, which it's not too bad for it to take a breather. Stock market opened up green. Money's moving around, but it's not too bad for it to take a breather right here and then have a continuation because, there's a lot of great things coming up in the news. We got rate cuts. We got a lot of big things to be looking forward to. So, for it to take a breather before all that hype comes and then we take another ride up, that would be pretty cool, right? What's up, Fake for Life, XPX2? We got Myro. What's up, man? What's up? What's up? What's up, Naheem? How you doing? Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate you guys pulling up to the channel. I know it's a late night stream for my fellow XPX pioneers across the pond and my gorillas across the pond, but we're putting in overtime on the overtime, fam. We've been tapping into the late night streams, making sure that we tap in with multiple audiences. We got Ali and TK holding it down for the UTC time during the AM. You guys got me during the PM, and you got XPX running round the clock, everybody. Shout out to the team. Shout out to the community. That's what we're doing over here, everybody. Seeing the numbers picking up, that's very nice. But BTC looking good. 96K, maybe a little test back right here. Let's see where this price is at. 88,000, 90,000. I know most people were like, no, don't say 80,000 again. But if we look right here, there's some price action right here. And this 50 moving average can really do something like this. It's already curling up really tight. And then right here, we have these other prices that we were at. And it could do what is going to do something like this. And right on the 50 moving average, trade up to this point of control, which acts like a magnet, right? So we'll pay attention to this. We'll keep our fingers on the pulse of crypto. That is a $96,000 BTC on the table right now, headed towards the point of control. And if it heads towards the upper value range, Well, we're talking about a BTC over $100,000, everybody. You know, I'm gonna hold on to this light at the end of the tunnel right here. This was brutal. This was boring. This was not that much fun. You know, people were getting discouraged. People thought the market was over. This whole downtrend underneath the 50. The fact that we're on the 50, above the 50, and we're trading above it, I'm excited for that, and I want us to go a lot higher. Now, that is price prediction for BTC in the short term to come test possibly, you know, this $101,000 upper valley range, or at the very least 96K before it comes down, does a retest, and we'll see if it can get above, you know, all-time highs before, make a support above that, and possibly go higher, possibly see $120,000 Bitcoin. And you might say, well, is that possible? Can we get $120,000 Bitcoin? I think it's possible, everybody. We got SEC review of 72 ETF applications sparks excitement and speculation. Do you think this is going to stop, everybody? Honestly, all of retail will be in the market. Your neighbor will be in the market. The person who comes and cleans your pool will be in the market. The guy who comes and cuts your grass will be in the market. Your local deli is going to be in the market. Everybody's going to be in the market because this is just going to be the new way, everybody. ETF applications are going to get more and more exposure to people that want to do it that way, right? They don't have to self-custody crypto, but a lot of people are familiar in trading. What's going on? Whoa! I don't want to show that really quick. I want to see. Ooh, we got Mr. Mo Ali up in here. I know you guys are not ready for what this thing is going to say right here, but this sparks a lot of excitement for people like, I don't know, Feg Token. I don't know, maybe XPX. You guys thought that these ETFs were going to stop? The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has initiated a review of 72 different ETF applications in the cryptocurrency sector. This move has heightened expectations among market participants for a wider variety of new products. Analysts suggest that the ongoing process may also alter the balance of power within the market. Scope of applications and notable altcoins. The ETF applications encompass a broad range of assets. In addition to significant projects like Solana, XRP, Litecoin, assets such as what? BNB? BNB ETF? Oh my God. Do not back the truck up. I told you guys, I promised you guys that you guys would see a BNB over 1200. I might have to break that promise. That promise might be broken because we might see a $2,000 BNB. Oh, you thought it was going to be broken because we weren't going to hit it? No. I'm going to read this again. I don't think you guys picked that up. Oh, I see Captain BNB up in here. Pull up Rimbo Slice. Get Captain BNB up in here. And let me read this again. Let me read this again if you're listed on BNB, just in case you missed it. You might just be pulling up. Scope of applications and notable altcoins. The ETF applications encompass a broad range of assets in addition to significant projects like Solana, XRP, and Litecoin, and assets such as BNB. BNB. I told you guys that whole, when I told you guys when CZ was, remember when I was telling you guys about CZ moving all that USDC and doing that stuff in New York and everything, that eventually this regulatory stuff around Binance was going to change. You think that they don't want that Binance volume? I need you guys to stop thinking that they care what color you are, or what they care about is transactional volume. You think that they didn't want a piece of the BNB exchange, the biggest exchange per volume? They're going to say, oh no, we're going to do ETFs on all these other ones and they're doing great, but we don't want the volume. There's no way we want the fees of the Binance Smart Chain. There's no way that we want the fees of the Binance exchange, the biggest exchange that everybody is praying to the crypto gods to get listed on. Captain BNB, XPX, Feg Token, those diamond hand holders, those who have been doing the right thing, our moment is coming for the BNB chain. It's going to be monumental, everybody. We will get flashbacks and PTSD flashbacks of the last bull run of how everything was BNB this and BNB that. But you know what? It's going to be more of a topic of sending everything. Yeah, BNB. We got Speedy in the house. Welcome, BNB Spot. Yes. What else we got? So we got BNB, Cardano, and Avalanche, Polkadot. Dogecoin, and Aptos and Chainlink are also included. Are also included. Let me maybe you guys are missing something that's pretty cool about this. You know what all of these have in common? You know what all these assets have in common? Solana, XRP, Litecoin, BNB, Cardano, Avalanche, Polkadot, Dogecoin, Aptos, and Chainlink. What they all have in common is that you can off ramp all of these on XPX. You can off ramp all of these on XPX. So as they wave the flag and they bring retail in and people find out about cryptocurrency, this is the level of exposure. When these ETFs come through, we get to put hashtag BNB, hashtag Cardano, hashtag Avalanche. I just had a meeting and a talk with the community about how all these things are going to happen. Hashtag Polkadot, hashtag Dogecoin, hashtag Aptos. Yes, we have that. Hashtag Chainlink. Yes, we have that. So some proposals also feature ETF base on meme coins such as Pudgy Penguins, Bonk, and others, which we also allow people to off-ramp meme coins. While some applications target specific assets, others aim to create digital asset baskets to spread risk and enhance diversity. This reflects the desire of the market players to seek a more extensive product portfolio beyond traditional investment vehicles. In these ETF structures, altcoins are gaining recognition alongside cornerstone assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum, however, which both we can off-ramp. However, experts believe the impact of these products may still remain limited for the time being. Time in the market beats time in the market. You know these things are going to happen. I want you guys to invest into their greed. That's what I'm in. The reason I know that BNB was going to pump and all this stuff was going to come to BNB, not because I just love CZ, because I'm invested in the greed of the powers that be. There is no way that they can avoid to see the amount of volume, everything. This market is driven by fees and volume tolls, everybody. Shout out to Chicago. Anybody who's driven through the Chicago highway, you guys know how it feels to drive through tolls, right? Remember the iPass? We got Speedy up in here. We got the main page of Speedy up in here, man. Get you guys up in here. I've seen you guys have been pumping lately. I dare you guys to get your whole community here and get some exposure on the channel, man. So to me, this is very, very bullish that this is going to continue to pump up. If you're a part of Fect Token, if you're a part of Captain BNB, if you're a part of X Pays X, and you know that there's going to be a BNB ETF, back the truck up, everybody. I can see the light and it's looking glorious, everybody. It is looking glorious because I might have to break that promise of a $1,200 BNB and we might see a $1,500, $1,700 BNB because there will be hype around this BNB ETF. There will be a lot of exposure to BNB and we can wave our flag right there, everybody. So this is what I'm telling you when I'm talking about, can we see $120,000, Bitcoin? Can we see more money come into the market? Of course. They are creating the vehicles to get people into this market. Is it going to come with, teething pains and growing pains and fluctuations in the short term? Absolutely. But long term, is Bitcoin going to keep going up? Yes. Yes, the old world is switching. These are the new vehicles of trading right here. Why do you think they're creating all these new ETFs? You better watch out on the other market. You better watch out. Bombs away. Backed BNB. What does that do for projects like XPX and Fect Token that XPX tokens are backed by BNB? What if BNB goes to, $3,000? Oh my God, the price of Fect Token, the price of XPX would go up automatically. You guys know that, right? The price of our projects would go up. Your bags, you wake up one day and the next day these ETF goes through and BNB's cruising at $1,500 and you're like, wait a minute, we barely have price action and our bags are worth a lot more. And these things are going to happen. You got a great team, you got a great project, you're providing stuff for these communities. The markets are in our favor. Don't fumble the bag, rugging, people close to you and doing stuff. Right now you have an opportunity to build something and the markets are in your favor for you and your community to win. I'm speaking not only to community members, I'm speaking to developers, I'm speaking to, the Shillers, I'm talking to the Raiders, I'm talking to the space hosts, I'm talking to the KOLs, I'm talking to everybody in this market. We have an opportunity to seize the moment and make something really great of it. BTC at 165, whoo, that's going to be a very exciting market, everybody. So BTC looking like what, 96,000, maybe a little retest somewhere up in here, but definitely we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And if you guys are just joining us, what light is this light right here? Since February 3rd, we have not been over the 50 moving average, and I'm bullish, everybody, because I see green on the table, everybody. So rock with me. Let's go check out Ethereum next. We're going to check out all the blue chips as we climb the numbers on this live stream, but without you guys, I can't reach everybody and talk about Speedy. I need Speedy to get the voice out there. I need you guys to share the link on your TikTok, on your Facebook. Don't be ashamed, because everybody's going to be talking about this anyways. We just got a head start on it. So let's go through the next ones. We're going to cover every single one. These shorts have been getting so many views, and they're getting a lot of new people to come to the channel. We're not going to start off at AVAX yet. I don't want to start off at that. I told you so. Let's go through the giants. Let's go to ETH really quick. Man, that BNB ETF. If you're not bullish right now, I don't know. This right now, take it home and cash it in. Saphir, you just joined us right now. Where were you? We're over here talking about this. What? Binance coin price prediction? What? Binance right here? ETF? Woo! XPX backed by BNB? Woo! Let's go. Man, I'm having a great day with you guys today. Appreciate you guys showing up. All the new listeners, new subscribers, those who are tuning in live, those who are tuning in later. I appreciate you guys pulling up. Much love and respect. Let's talk about Ethereum right now. As we gear up to talk about these great communities, the Speedy community, the Captain BNB, the Gorillas from Feg Token. But let's get all these blue chips taken care of so you guys can know where your Speedy token is going. You might be wondering, is Speedy going to pump? You know what? Speedy will pump because ETH is going to pump. ETH is going to pump. ETH trails behind BTC quite a bit. And here we go. If you're wondering, you might want to get your ETH right now. If you're bullish on Speedy, if you're bullish on ETH plays, don't wait till ETH is $3,000 to start to load up on. Where's my volume profile? Come on, TradingView. Wait a minute. We want the info. What's going on here? 1 second, everybody. They think I don't see it, but I want to show you guys how high this thing can go, right? We're talking about ETH right here, and we want our volume profile. Let's go to ETH again. They thought I didn't notice. This is how we can tell where it's going. So you might be asking, where do you want to buy ETH at before you start loading up on more Speedy? Do you want to do it up here at the point of control? Because I just showed you over here at BTC what happens when this point of control is lit and it's higher, right? What happens? The price gets dragged to that. Price will get dragged to that. This thing's like a magnet, okay? So do you want to, be buying ETH at these prices or, down here? Or do you want to buy ETH at this price to buy Speedy? Because at this price, ETH is $3,300. This price right here, ETH is $3,300. $3,300 ETH. Does it have incentive to go up there is the question. Yeah, it does. The minute it can break this 50 moving average, it will have the same kind of reaction that BTC had. It will try to fill this gap. The first one's going to be right here. ETH at 2,400 is the next step. ETH comes past this, like we've shown you on BTC. This is the 50 moving average. If it curls up and ETH keeps crashing against it, it's trailing behind, BTC. But if it comes up here and trades, this is the first stop, the lower value range, which is right here, $2,400 ETH. Do you want to get your ETH now and buy Speedy, or do you want to wait till it's $2,400, or do you want to wait for it to be $3,300? That is the question right now. You're seeing crazy fire sale on everything, especially hearing news like that. Now the filings for ETFs are going to be through the roof. All of that money from the other markets are about to come into these markets, everybody. Get ready to be wealthy. You might as well go to RollsRoyce.com and start picking out what color combination you want. Because it's coming, everybody. It truly is. So Ethereum price. What is the Ethereum price in the short term? If ETH can get above this 50 moving average, it honestly can go to 1200. If BTC has a little pullback and ETH doesn't break the 50 moving average, it might still consolidate right in here. Might still consolidate in this range. It can even wick down to like what it did before, what everybody saw. What did it do? It went to the lower value range. It went all the way down here to exactly where this gray money's at right here. Look at this. That liquidity is right there. Boop, snatched it up, came down here, went right back up. So it still has that on the table, but the markets are green. It's just lagging behind it. It's been, it even lagged behind when it got underneath the 50 moving average a day after BTC did it. So it naturally moves a little bit slower than what's going on in the market, everybody. So very bullish on ETH. Discount prices will be excited. And those that are listed on ETH, those are paired to ETH, like Speedy, even the base plays, the Arrow Buds, anybody paired to Ethereum, you're going to be excited because your market cap's going to go up automatically when ETH goes up. Everybody, we just been in a downtrend. So next, let's go to BNB. Let's cover BNB right here. Let's go to BNB, everybody. About to take over the world. Woo, BNB. You see how we're having that BNB action, that break over the 50? This was when BNB was moving and the rest of the market wasn't. It was like BNB was doing it by itself, but here we go. Our next range, BNB, load up on BNB here or buy it at 628 or buy BNB at 712. It's at the lower value range. It can definitely get pulled up to this range, $630. And if the market continues, it'll fill this gap right here to the upper value range of $713, which, most likely we'll see that, hey, remember when Rico was talking about it before it was up here? That's what we're going to have. I might as well just mark this up now. We got ETFs coming. I might as well just put this up here. Just remember that, okay? We'll keep that marked up for now. Let's go to Solana next. We got BNB headed towards $1,000, which is not even that far away when you think about it in crypto term. Let's go to Solana, everybody. Solana. Right here, what's going on with Solana? Same thing. Solana's ready to ride this wave all the way up to $235. The first stop is going to be right here, 160, which is really close to it if it can break past that. What I think is going to happen is the market's kind of correcting a tad bit after that kind of rally, right? And we always have like a retest trade. It's very common, right? Where it's, oops, that was a little bit lower, give or take. I'm not an artist, everybody. So, where it's the first breakout and then the test right back down, but then it stays bullish, just like, basically when it broke underneath it, it's trying to test up to see if it can nonstop. It's testing like this, but it stayed trading down. The same thing is going to happen, vice versa. It's just flipped to the other side. So we might see this like retest on Solana, but the first spot that it's going to go to try to break is a Solana at $160. Solana breaks $160. BTC stays bullish. The market stays pretty hot. We'll see it try to come up here to this to the point of control, which is a Solana at $234. The market is looking really good, everybody. The market's looking, there's some life in the market for sure. It has simmered a little bit, right? It's kind of chilling right now. We can feel it, right? BTC pumped up to high 94s. It's holding, 93,000 and a half. Solana's right around the same price that it pumped up to, and we're having kind of the first red candles come out on the daily chart. But we have to be like, hey, this is the light at the end of the tunnel. Just like we allowed it to trade underneath the 50 moving average, we have to allow it to trade above the 50 moving average and head in the other direction. So very bullish times up ahead. Back the truck up if you love Solana. This is what you want to be looking at. Now, let's go to AVAX, everybody, what we've been talking about. Fed Radio, Guerrilla Radio is on Friday. Zach Attack, it's on Friday. You had me look down at the calendar for a second. All right, let's go to AVAX. Let's go to AVAX right here. I've been telling you guys about this one since $19. I'm going to have to purchase more ovens because we're cooking so much humble pie over here. Lisa, we got to talk. Lisa, we got to talk. Lisa, I don't know if you're going to be able to believe this, but they're talking about a BNB ETF. What do you think that would do to, projects like Captain BNB, projects like XPX, projects like Feg Token on the Binance Smart Chain network, that level of exposure. Yeah, so, I mean, here, I'll let you check it out because I see you just joined us, but I mean, this is probably some bullish stuff you're gonna want to check out. I'm sure that you want to tell people about this. I mean, here we got applications and we got this one's assets such as BNB. It's like, what would that do to getting exposure to everybody to the BNB chain? And then all we got to do is wave that, Captain BNB flag, and they're basically doing the hard part for us. They're about to get all of retail that understands, ETFs to buy BNB. And yes, this is not self-custody BNB, but they'll be one step closer. If you ask me, these will be warm leads now when you're telling people about Captain BNB and, getting people to get some BNB into a DeFi wallet in order to buy projects like Captain BNB, Feg Token, and XPX, right? So Diamond Hands are going to be rewarded. I promise you guys a BNB at $1,200. I'm afraid that I might have to break that promise because now we got ETF talk and it might go higher, everybody. It might go higher than $1,200 is bull run. So I apologize if BNB goes over $1,200 is bull run, everybody. My bad, everybody. Let's continue. Let's check out AVAX. This is where we're at right now. AVAX doing the exact same thing as it's all good, Zach. It's all good. AVAX doing the exact same thing as all the other ones, right? The light at the end of the tunnel, finally breaking out of that 50 moving average. And you might ask yourself, one of the best, hey, Rico, how high can this AVAX thing go? Well, again, we got the point of control, which has been showing us to definitely have some value, where it definitely brings price. It's magnetic. After something breaks the 50 moving average, it will bring price up there. Unless there's a black swan, a white swan, a pink swan, a purple flamingo, or whatever you want to call it. But for the most part, it's going to bring price up there, right? And we got AVAX breaking out of the 50 moving average and headed towards what? The point of control. Now, the first stop might be $32. I'm sure you guys are not going to argue with that. Us filling this gap right here, right? Coming up to this, possibly trading like this into this 50 moving average. It might have some resistance right into this section where it curls over and we trade a little bit, find a support somewhere in this section to go right back up to chase his point of control, right? And that point of control is at $41, which to me is very bullish because AVAX is trading at $22. And you might ask, is there anything that'll drive it besides, the technical to drive it? Well, they got the Arena going right now. They got a SocialFi app, and they got a lot of people loading up on AVAX to load up on Arena so they can tip people in Arena token. But you got to do that on the C-Chain network, which is an AVAX network. And you guys can add that to your MetaMask wallet. If you guys go up to the blockchains on the top left of your wallet and scroll down, you guys will see AVAX right there. You guys can add Purple Flamingo event. Yep. Whatever you want to call it. But for the most part, it will bring price up to this, right? Not because I'm a guru, not because we noticed that, hey, we can check the track records, we can check the receipts, and we can see something like this that plays out on a regular basis. Can it change? Yeah. Purple Swan, Purple Flamingo come along and change it all up, and then it doesn't happen, and I'm wrong. And that's why this is not financial advice, all right? Because I cannot predict if there's going to be a green seagull coming or something like that, right? I don't know. I'm not sure. A white crow, right? I'm not sure. I don't know. But what I do know is that the way the markets are looking, the light at the end of the tunnel is looking good. It's looking good. Why? Well, AVAX, we come back over to this list again, which is super bullish. Not only is BNB on there, but we got Cardano, and what else? What are the two that are highlighted? They got BNB highlighted, and they got AVAX highlighted. I'm letting you guys know right now, back the truck up. If you got to stop eating out an extra day of the week to buy some more crypto, and on Thursdays now you're eating on Gorilla Radio, on Fridays you're eating ramen noodle soup with me because you're using that extra money to load up on more AVAX because you know it's going to get an ETF, you know that it has this Arena, you know that it's going to pump, you know that I've been telling you since $10 million market cap that it's going to go higher. It hit 20 the other day, or yesterday, hit like 21 actually, yeah, 21 million and a half. You don't want to miss out, right? So don't spend your time getting rug. Look for some undervalued projects right now, especially just some pure blue chips. I think this is a signal for a signal in the sky for alt season. Everybody, isn't this like, altcoins? Isn't this like a big signal? Wouldn't this ignite? Would this be enough to ignite altcoin season? That all these are essentially, the altcoins being listed as ETFs in one flow. That would be a great way to get altcoin season to ignite again, right? To get all of retail to be excited about altcoins. If you listed 72 different freaking altcoins, everybody, so you get a Solana ETF, you get an XRP, Litecoin, BNB, Cardano, Avalanche, Polkadot, Dogecoin, Aptos, and Chainlink, ETF, Pudgy Penguins, and Bonk. That's up to you, right? So very, very exciting times for Avalanche as well. If you guys are, been DCAing into Avalanche, if you guys have been heeding some of this, non-financial advice on this Arena project, you guys, I'm telling you, the ovens are cooking right now. The humble pies, the aroma in the air of the humble pie. Oh, to die for, everybody. To die for, because the humble pies are going to get dished out, everybody. You've made it. I want you guys to know that you've made it. We're probably going to call the badge or that little thing the 50 moving average, that we pass it, like almost like when you accomplish something, or a feat event, man. At this point, the markets are so green, I'm down for whatever. Yo, I'm about to back the truck up. My on the home is about to be lit. Let's go, bro. I got an energy drink for you guys. We're about to be turned up. You got Saphir's attention. He can't help it. Look at his eyes the minute you say that. Oh my God. Profit Bear, get Jesus Coin in here. Speedy, you guys better still be in here. Captain BNB, you better still be in here. And you guys better be shilling. Don't be like, oh, he still has. No. Get your communities in here. I got you guys listed. Let's go. I want to see you guys in the comments. I want to see, praise the Lord in the comments. I want to see some turtles in the comments. I want to see some XPX in the comments. I want to see some gorillas in the comments. I mean, we've been in a downtrend nonstop. Turn up, everybody. This is the arena.social app about to turn everybody up. Do not miss out on this. This is the Facebook of the future. This is happening right now. And I don't want you guys to miss out. I don't want you guys to miss out on this, okay? Great way to get some new eyes on your guys' project. Come over here, say what's up. Look at this guy. If I would have seen this guy with his BMW hat, I would have been like, is he a crypto investor? He's just chit chat, and he's made $1,000 chit chatting. What is he doing? Who is this guy? He got the chit chat going on. If you seen this guy out in public, would you think that he was, a full blown? And this is what we have exposure to. We have exposure to putting, hey, right here, come over here, xpxpay.com. Shill it. We have another vehicle to shill and more exposure to people. So shout out to Broski over here doing this thing. I mean, very impressive. His tickets are, he looks like he's in the zone. Bro is in the.
Oh, damn. Whoever got that one got fucking bank.
Bro is in the zone.
The ether that I had deposited.
Love this painting in the background. Vaping. This is everybody. I love this space, man. We're gonna make it. Lisa, we're gonna make it. AD. We're gonna make it. Saphir, we're gonna make it. Profit Bear. We're there. This is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be connecting and seeing where this undervalued stuff lies, everybody. So that is AVAX. That's Arena. Let's go ahead and start off kind of like the DeFi side space of things as we got the numbers climbing up, right? We know that there's a little bit of consolidation going on. I see we're climbing up in the numbers. And let's start off right here on Smart DeFi. Feg token doing really good. Let's get some gorillas up in the space, everybody. Let's go. The WAGMI movement. That's all it's all about. That's it. Don't be mad because I want us all to make it. Don't tell me you're going to be mad about that too. Then you just want to be mad at that point. Then you just want to be mad. Okay, let's go to Smart DeFi because I don't know if the gorillas. Okay, never mind. I just saw a gorilla. Let's get a couple more because I think we got a gorilla showing, $11 million market cap. Is that right, King Koopa? Is that right? $11 million market cap. The gorilla's pumping up. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, when you can trust the process and you got a team that you can check the receipts and see that they, over 4 years, they have been building everybody. I've been glued to their hip. They've been having to deal with me, They've been having to deal with me for over 4 years, for 4 years now. They can't shake me. They can't even, they're like, this guy Rico, he doesn't stop. To the point where I launch a project with an epic team on this thing. But right now, we're going to talk about Smart DeFi, some amazing things. These shorts are going crazy. People are, searching Feg token. We're creating some hype. Look at this. Can we break out of this trend, Feg token? Are you guys ready to do the breakout of $15 million market cap trend? You guys are not ready for that. You guys are not ready for that type of hype. Are you ready to invite everybody into the jungle on that level? Because we're not too far off to a little bit of that gorilla hype, everybody. And now we got the markets on our side. That's the thing why trust in the right team is so important, because a lot of times people get very desperate when the trend is going down and the market's going down, and they think that they can beat it with marketing, and that's not going to happen. You better hold on to Bitcoin's movement. If you think that you can out Bitcoin movement, you're going to get wrecked. You have to go with the flow of the movement, everybody. And BTC is that flow of the movement. And it's definitely going to go a lot higher right now. And now that we got all this excitement, we got Spaces, we got Guerrilla Radio, we got Welcome to the Jungle, we got the War on Rugs, we got the migration done. I mean, so many things going on right now. And now we start stacking this up. And this is the perfect time for the DCA moment at $11 million market cap. What happens when this thing breaks 20 million? Or what we've been talking about for a while, the 50 million mark. People are going to say $100 million FEG token. And since FEG token has went up to $4 billion market cap, it can very easily get FOMO to ignite all over again. And people start to speculate and be like, it's at 70 million. It's at 100 million. Smart DeFi is lit. It's probably going to go to $1 billion market cap again. And you will see people FOMO in on this gorilla. What is this gorilla? Why would they FOMO into this gorilla? What is this gorilla about? Well, this gorilla created the launchpad that we're talking about, that we have been talking about, that I've been telling you guys for a while. At FEG token right here. Let's see. Let's watch this little cute video right here. Let's see. What do we got right here? There we go. Some reminders. You guys are not ready for that. Are you ready for that again? Are you ready for that again? Look at that. This is 2021 vibes. Yeah, we've been around for a while. Trending number 1, CoinMarketCap, top 10 cryptos. FEG token at the height of the bull run was the top 5 holder of BNB, everybody. What? The top 5 holder, everybody. So let's cover some of this stuff right here. We got some posts. This is 7 hours with the Blunt House. Okay, let's go with OG Banana. Thank you, FEG token. We covered this for being true to your word and compensating both me and the community with FEG in return for the Rocks loss. You are the only team that I've ever dealt with that has done such a thing in all my years of crypto. Everybody, we're not going anywhere. And if we're going somewhere, we're going to the moon, everybody. That's where we're going. We got FEG Track, we got Smart DeFi, we got nonstop products for you guys. And if you guys are listening in, I've been giving away alpha, almost like free project ideas, King. We have been talking about asset backing, and we've been talking about staking. I've been giving away some fire ideas that I don't even see projects like that in the space. When it comes to real world assets, I just don't even see it. And the fact that FEG token allows these ideas to, be entertained shows you that this thing is truly, truly undervalued. You guys might be new to the channel, so I'm going to cover some of this real world asset talk. Is very important. These are some key phrases that I can see the algorithm really likes, and it's important for us to provoke the algorithm so people can see Captain BNB, so people can see FEG token, because they love this RWA talk right here, and we're going to bring everybody in. So real world assets, RWA, everybody, tokenization. Smart DeFi transform physical assets into digital tokens for seamless ownership, trade, and leverage on the blockchain, enhancing liquidity and accessibility. The secure transactions, tokenized assets enable fractional ownership of real estate. This right here is where things start to get interesting. Art commodities and more, with individual being with divided payouts via an audited staking protocol. Now we had some ideas going, which my wheels are still turning. RWA is definitely the way. We talked about some art galleries, right? Let's give one of them away right now. Let's give they say the game is sold, not told. But you know what? I want Smart DeFi to do so good that we were talking about some art galleries, right? What if somebody owned an art gallery? And I know everybody has an art district. I've traveled the country, and every city has an art district where everybody does their hippie chill out, and the music's a little bit louder down that street, right? What if one of those art districts and had a building that was, in RWA, and either they were splitting the differences of, what that art gallery made on a monthly basis, but there is something there that nobody has tapped into, and I think that would be a really cool art gallery. If you think about it, where you have a part of the art gallery, people walking through where there's actual NFTs in there, but at the same time, it's just an everyday art gallery as well, where we're actually doing what we're supposed to be doing to bring in retail and show them the power of DeFi, right? Because basically this is the way that things are going to operate. So we have to find ways to get them to understand. And I think smart DeFi and RWAs, it's going to be a huge way where we're going to see people coming into the market. If we try to bring in art galleries and arts and crafty people right into NFT marketplace, I think that's a little bit harder. But if we put DeFi into where they're at, that's the difference about smart DeFi. Smart DeFi allows you to put this right into people's spot. Saphir, you like that, huh? You like that? I got them nonstop, man. I got them nonstop. I got another one. You guys want another one? You guys want to know how many ideas I got? I mean, you guys bust out the notepad. I got a notepad right here. Sometimes I surprise myself, everybody. And the trick is to have a childish curiosity of how things can work, right? Not to be, because, you know, when we're grown-ups, we stop believing that we can fly, right? Sometimes you got to believe that you can fly, everybody. I'm not telling you to jump off a roof or anything like that and try to get your Captain B&B to catch some air, your Captain B&B cape to catch some air underneath it. But, you know, wear the cape. You know, keep your Captain B&B cape on, because you never know, right? You might be able to fly at some point, right? But that's what it is, right? So I think that there is huge potential where a project can come along and somebody who can actually fill the gap themselves and use this RWA aspect, this technology by Smart DeFi, by Effect Token, that anybody can launch a project on. And let's say we call it the Archie Crafty project, and you go down to the art district. Another one, DJ Khaled voice. If you don't hear their drops, and that is not a true exclusive. Let's go here. We got another one for you guys because I love you guys so much, and I'm focused. My thing is X pays X, right? All things payments, and all of these ideas, XPX still exists within there, right? We still exist because if people want to do payments at your art gallery, they're gonna do it through X pays X. But here I got another one for you guys. You guys want another one? And another one. You guys are like, oh my God. And another one. I have not seen the Uber of crypto yet. What? Hello? So me and Saphir start feet feet lift, right? Whatever we want to call it, because Saphir, I'm gonna let Saphir name it. It's gonna have something with feet in it, you know, and feet drive or something like that, foot drive. But we get some cars, we get a fleet of cars, right? And everybody who invests into this project will get a piece, a dividends payout of what we're generating through this, you know, Uber of the future, everybody. The thing is that you are doing something in your day-to-day life right now that can be moved into the way that the new world is going to work, everybody. And you know what? Even there, inside this futuristic Uber of the future, blockchain Uber, we can call it for now, and you guys can go, you know, launch that if you guys want right now. Launch it on Smart DeFi. It's the only one that's going to allow you to do it. It's because even like projects like that, you would need this part right here, compliance optional, right? You know, KYC ensures secure token distribution, preventing misuse through third-party verification. But this is where all this stuff comes to life, real-world assets. This is really where we get retail to come to life, and we offer products and services. You know, when they come into that art gallery and they find out that everybody in that art gallery that's, you know, selling pictures, because I've gone to one here in Las Vegas where you pay a fee to get in, but you also can purchase some of the artist's work, right? So then what if all they did was a profit share at the end of it via, you know, through smart contracts? What if they did the same thing with blockchain Uber, blockchain Lyft that we just created live on a live stream? I got more. I mean, the thing is, XPX exists and all these things. So that's why I can see where payment infrastructure fits everywhere, and these ideas are easy to kind of come up with, because where have we been in this space where anybody's talking about the art gallery to do this in IRL? And the thing is because we need platforms like Smart DeFi to exist to allow the tokenization of real world assets, everybody. That is RWA. And that's why it's been 4 years that I've been bullish on this gorilla, and bullish not just on a gorilla or a meme coin, but really bullish on a development team, right? Bullish on the people that, you know, continue to push forward. I got some more for you guys, and then we're going to get into XPX. We're going to get into Speedy. We're going to get into Captain B&B. We got ourselves quite a stream, everybody, so get comfortable. But this is something that's very bullish when you start to think about what B&B ETFs. Woo, let's go. Asset backing, baby. Stability in the crypto world. Smart DeFi asset backing minimizes volatility by creating a rising minimum value that pushes toward the token market price. This innovative feature links your token's baseline value to its market price, reducing risk from market fluctuations and ensuring greater security. With multi-asset backing options like ETH, USDC, Smart DeFi enhances diversification and builds a more stable, resilient investment. You know what this also does? It allows these RWAs to have a vehicle where they can take out loans against their businesses, right? Isn't that pretty crazy when you really think about what's happening right here? Right? Let's say that art gallery, listen to me, everybody. I mean, let's say that art gallery wants to expand. You guys, I hope there's notepads. I want to hear almost like, let's say that art gallery wants to expand. Could they not take out a loan against their asset backed value to expand the business that they have all through and within the Smart DeFi platform, because it allows you, because of asset backing, to take out a loan against the backed value of BNB, which we now know is about to get an ETF. An online marketplace like Temu, where you can only pay in crypto and everyone has their own wallets connected. We partner with crypto projects to airdrop users depending on how much they spend. You already know, Saphir. Go to the XPX Pay website, which we're going to check out in just a bit, because you'll see Web3 marketplace on there for a good reason. And it's been a good reason why we've been running a WAGMI channel nonstop, because we're going to cast a wide net. It's going to be for everybody, right? Because wherever you want to mine for the gold, we will be there. Whether it's an art gallery, whether it's whatever you want to do, we're going to be there. X pays X will be there. I think we've proven that we're here to stay by our smart contracts, by the team, by the community, by the rally that we're having in our chart right now as the markets start to pick up. And as we prove to you guys that we've been developing while the market's been in a downtrend, a merch store that is much more than just a merch store, everybody. So asset backed stability in crypto is those backed BNB tokens like XPX, FEG token, anybody who has a tokenomic set for BNB to be backing your token will be able to use the lending protocol, and therefore your business, if they back up enough BNB at one point, which FEG token has over $250,000 in backed BNB, you can use, depending on how much supply you have, that to leverage for whatever you need it for. And this is how a lot of things are going to be in the future, everybody. So asset backing, completely undervalued. The platform as a whole, the whole thing that we're doing here, that these gorillas have accomplished and we're showing off every single day, is Smart DeFi, everybody. At FEG Token, give them a follow. Token Launchpad, smartdefi.com website, feg.io. And boy, when you drink 2 Nas energy drinks, that thing has you moving. Rico, my man, can we have a look at AeroBud? It's been a while. Ooh, it's been a while since you've been here. I've been pulling up AeroBud, baby. I've been pulling it up. But let's get AeroBud in here. We have Speedy in here. We have Captain BNB after XPX. And then if you can get that AeroBud community in here, we're definitely going to bring up AeroBud, everybody, for sure. So let's get them in here. The markets are lit. Let's do this together. It takes a village to make this all happen, everybody. It takes a village. So next up on the list, we got XPX. And of course, everybody, you guys know I launched this with an amazing team on Smart DeFi. Why? Because it makes sense to have all this utility, have a card. Like, how could you have staking? How could you have lending and allow people to take loans? And these are things like banks do. But banks also have cards, right? Banks also allow you to pay your bills. Banks also allow you to use your passive income that you've gained or these loans that you've taken out to use for whatever you want. So X pays X makes so much sense on a platform that allows this much accessibility to so much utility that makes sense to the real world, IRL, retail, crypto investors alike, everybody. Let's come over here to the chart. Let's start it off right here. Looking very, very good. Very, very healthy. Getting ready to delete a zero, everybody. FEG token has deleted their zero. We're en route to delete the zero. We're sitting at 674K market cap. The zero is actually not that far off. But what's interesting, we're almost at 16% burned, everybody. The price discovery will happen. The chart will start to move a lot faster. This is the calm before the storm. You definitely want to load up as you can. You want to back up the truck when you can. You want to DCA when you can, because you're going to wish you did. When we break 1.5 million, there will be FOMO that you're going to be like, wow, I really diamond handed this thing. Paper hands got shooken out and they rallied all the way back up to 1.5. And at this point, FOMO is right here. FOMO is right there. 1.5. You know, you have your FOMO for sure, right? You have your FOMO there 100%, everybody. 100% your FOMO is going to be parked right there. And I'm excited for that because I know it's going to happen. There is something about the merch store that will make you wish, because people, you guys are going to see there's going to be buying pressure that's going to happen, and you're going to want that time machine to go back and snatch up all these prices. And they're going to want what we have, everybody. They're going to want what we have. We got Captain Shaw up in here. Let's go. We're going to bring up Captain BNB for sure, man. So get all of you guys in here and definitely let them know of the news of the BNB ETF coming soon. I think that's some bullish news. But right now, if you have some BNB, if you made some profits, if you want to off-ramp some of your cryptocurrency, you have that option today right now at xpxpay.com, everybody. Come to xpxpay.com. This is the project that I launched, the one that you guys see being represented every day by me, Ali, David, Marlon, TK. You guys see us all over the space, nonstop. People pushing this thing all the time. The community members stepping up. You know, you got Mr. Mo, you got Feg for Life, XPX2. You got, I mean, an immense amount of community letting everybody know, no matter where we're at, that you guys with no gimmicks can come to xpxpay.com and off ramp over 70 different cryptocurrencies on multiple blockchains, everybody. And we got already almost 100K in paid orders, and we're going to scale up. You don't think that we're going to 10x that? You don't think we're going to have a celebration, popping champagne when we hit a 10x on paid orders, and that is, you know, $1 million in paid orders and more? Of course we are. Why? Because we're going to continue to provide services not only to individuals, but to businesses. Not only to businesses, but to projects. Not only to projects, but to retail. This will continue to expand, everybody. This will also hit real world businesses and be in stores everywhere, everybody. Wherever you do payments, and I know that it might slip your mind and you might think maybe not here, it might not even, no, we're gonna be there. X Pays X will be there. We will be a household name when it comes to off-ramping cryptocurrency, when it comes to being the foundation of crypto payments. We will be there standing side by side, and if not, a little bit ahead of projects like PayPal, everybody. You might be like, whoa, PayPal, Rico, you're shooting a bit high there. Well, does PayPal allow you to off-ramp Pepe, Shiba Inu? No, they don't. Okay, so to say that that's not achievable is crazy. Does PayPal have Feg token using their infrastructure to pay for their servers? No, they don't. Right? So this is coming from one of our own. This is being built out right here, where more and more projects will use XPX Pay to pay for their servers, to pay for what they're doing, for whatever they're building into space. Projects, businesses, individuals, businesses in real life. This is going to continue to scale up, everybody. We are here to stay. We make sense no matter where you put this. You guys can come over here, KYC, get your crypto Visa cards, MasterCards, or come over here to crypto bill payments, and in 10 cryptocurrency and 10 countries for now, off-ramp 70 different cryptocurrencies, multiple blockchains. That's there for you guys today, everybody. No gimmicks. Go ahead and grab that right now. Make that happen. And XPX definitely marks the spot. You guys know that we have the merch store coming up, and I got to go like this for the merch store. Whoo! Yes, the merch store. I'm very excited for this because the merch store, in a sense, does highlight the team that you guys have also invested into, right? There's a lot of teams that went into serial development stage when we went into developing into this one project that we launched, right? And instead of running away or doing anything like that, when the whole downtrend, a lot of people ran away from their projects and stuff like that. We did not run away. What we did was continue to build. You don't only invest into brand colors and things like that. You also invest into people. And the fact that the market's turned around, we got Bitcoin over 90K. We see excitement in the market, and we're right at the last push for the merch store to come out, really highlights the individuals behind the scenes making this stuff happen when it comes to, you know, myself, Ali, David, and Marlon, and some of the stuff. I mean, we're coming out swinging, everybody. This is not just these 3 items and stuff like that, what you guys see right here. This is definitely just a teaser. We're here to stay, everybody. So if you're making profits in crypto, if you feel like you're going to be financially free one day, then you're going to want to be free to spend your finances, right? So I don't understand how people want to hit really big on a wallet or really big on something, but they don't have the vehicle to off ramp that and buy that Lambo, or they don't have the vehicle to go pump the gas using that cryptocurrency that they just hit in. This is why I did it with no gimmicks, because I believe in you and have, you know, a lot of faith in this opportunity that the market will pump and give a lot of people the opportunity to make a lot of money. I'm letting you guys use the pickaxes and shovels that you're going to need to be free to spend the finances that you made that makes you feel this financially free, right? But you have to be free to spend these finances. There's a flip side to this. You can't just, I'm financially free, but I can't spend my finances. That doesn't make any sense. So right now, you don't have to send your money to an exchange. You don't have to worry if they lock your exchange. You don't have to worry, no late fees. Straight from your wallet, you can load up your card, or use our Telegram bot that lets you recharge your card straight from Telegram. So you don't even have to go to your desktop. You don't have to be at the pay portal on your phone. You can do it straight on the go from your Telegram and load your card and recharge your physical card or virtual card right from the Telegram bot, everybody. So that is X Pays X, everybody, on a discount price. Back the truck up, everybody. BNB ETFs are crazy bullish. Let's go ahead and get started. We had Speedy pull up first and Captain BNB. I'm going to do it in the order that you guys pulled up. Then we'll do Arrowbud, and then we'll go through kind of just like a freestyle moment in the stream. If you guys don't mind, I'm sure you guys are used to me by now. And you guys, if you like me, you love me. If you don't like me, you're going to hate me. But here we go. We're going to do it what's fair, right? And a lot of times people don't like what's fair, but it's fair. It's fair. You guys are turning it right back around. $2 million market cap. You guys are turning up. And Speedy, I mean, you guys know what's crazy is, like, I'm still holding a bag from right here. I just let it cook. I mean, I really got some diamond hands. That thing's still there. So I can't wait for you guys to pump it back up. I'm sure you guys can. You guys have a fantastic community. It's just going to take some thresholds to get broken and to grind for. But right now, there's some new excitement in Speedy. And if you're excited about Speedy and you see it, you know, have them the potential to come back, you might want to remember that, you know, ETH is getting ready to do its pump, and you don't want to wait for ETH to be, you know, $3,500, $3,300, $3,400 up here at this point of control to say, hey, I want to buy ETH at $3,300 so then I can buy more Speedy, right? So ETH is about to pump. You'll see these projects go up automatically, and some fun will be created around them. Let's see what they've been talking about. What is the latest and greatest? Oh, we got people posting. We got the callers calling. Well, that escalated quickly. Speedy now at 2.4 million. That's how it's going to happen. That's how it's going to happen. And everybody's going to have that moment. Everybody's going to have that moment. If your project and your community made it out of that downtrend from BTC that had the whole market scared, and you guys come back with a rally, you guys can reignite the hype all over again. That right now is on the table. I remember you bought at like 15 million. Yeah, man. And I just held it all the way down because I don't got time to be hovering. I only put in what I'm willing to lose, right? So if it's 400, if it's 4,000, it's my 400 or 4,000 that I'm willing to lose and hold it until I feel like it can go into the hundreds of million, right? So this is Speedy right here, and we'll see how high it can go. Right now, 2.1 million ignited once again for sure. $5 million market cap will be a nice little threshold to break. And then 10 million, of course, everything gets a lot more exciting. But that is Speedy with a community that has not stopped, everybody. And they have proven that they have what it takes to go up to $43 million market cap, everybody. All right, that is Speedy. At BD, go faster, everybody. Let's go to Captain BNB. The capes stay on, everybody. The capes stay on, Lisa. Captain Shaw. Rimbo Slice. You think the cape comes off? What? That's all I'm wearing is the cape. So wait a minute. What are we talking about now? So, yeah, that's all I'm wearing. I'm just wearing the cape. That's it, everybody. We got Captain BNB here, everybody. Let's go to the X account. We know that they've been pumping lately. I've been telling you guys about this one when nobody wanted to talk about it. You know, it was all like down here. I was like, hey, I don't care that it went really high and now it's really low. I would not ignore a very strong community. We've been talking about it since down here, since 2.9 million. We started up in this higher range, right? We talked about this. We didn't find it over here. We found it over here in this range right here. And it went lower, and we still cover this project because they got money added from the Binance exchange, everybody. They're yet to be listed on the Binance exchange. They got a community that's just active. You know, they're all over in spaces. They're making a lot of noise. And you know what? It's exciting to see people bring hype to BNB. It's exciting to see people bring hype to BNB. How else would we have gotten Lisa to get some BNB in her wallet? How else would we have gotten Rimbo Slice to get some BNB in their wallet? Well, Captain BNB is what they resonated with, right? And I'm okay with that. I'm happy for that, right? Because then we can show them what else is in the market. But I'm excited to see the Lisas, the Rimbo Slice, the crypto, the Captain Shaw, everybody that pulls up for the Captain BNB. This is a brand new meme. It's not a dog, it's not a cat, it's not a frog, it's not a turtle. It's, a mascot for the BNB chain. And you know what? BNB acknowledges them because if we scroll down, this was an easy clue for me that even though it was a downtrend, and I told everybody, you go check the receipts. I said, there's no way that BNB adds liquidity to this thing and you should be selling it. Although paper hands got wrecked. Paper hands will continue to get wrecked, everybody. There's no way that you guys get BNB chain, Binance Exchange, to add liquidity to your thing, to your project. And I don't care if they would have added $5. I said it. They could have added $5 to XPX. I'd be so bullish. I'd be like, oh my God, they see what we're doing. They could have added $5 to Fake Token. I'd take it all the way to the bank. Cash it in. And that's what we got going on right now with Captain BNB, getting liquidity added to them, getting acknowledged by the Binance Exchange, getting reposts, being acknowledged by big exchanges, big communities. And I'm excited that we have a community that is getting people to acknowledge that the BNB chain has a lot of potential. They're going to be able to say it and do it in a way that I can't do it. I'm going to be able to say it and do it in a way that I can do it. But together, we can bring and possibly make the Binance Smart Chain great again, everybody. What, you think you're going to do that by yourself? You think you're going to do that on your own? You're going to put the weight of the BNB chain on? No. It takes the Captain BNBs. It takes the XPX. It takes the Fake Token. It takes each and every individual within these communities to push these things forward and make these things happen, everybody. It's a movement. I'm telling you, it is a movement. It's not just, it's way bigger than that, everybody. And right now, of course, we go and tap that $10 million market cap on this thing, and it's still discount prices. Crazy cheap, everybody. This thing went all the way up to 66 million. Very nice. $8.4 million market cap, discount price. Do you really care that it's at $8 million market cap if it goes up to 66 million or goes to $100 million market cap? So waiting for it to go to a certain level or something like that, it's just, don't even waste your time. It's got a lot of exposure. Like 10.5% of the supply has been burnt. 2 by 4. Oh, that's right. The 4 dot memes. Like, they had the supply and they burned like over 10.5%. Get Captain BNB on Smart DeFi. Staking rewards would be huge. Right. And you know what? They are working on the upgrade tool where, if Captain BNB came over to Smart DeFi using the upgrade tool, they would then have the ability to gain staking rewards. And they would have a utility, and everybody would be receiving Captain BNB as passive income, which would be crazy, everybody, and also pretty cool for SD as well. That was a great idea, Mr. Mo. That's why we all come together, everybody. That's why we have these streams. That's exactly why we do what we do here, everybody. This is Captain BNB. I'm sure we got people launching the projects that I mentioned earlier, or they're figuring out they should. They definitely should. We got Arrowbud right here on the base chain. Is Arrowbud still here? 7.1, $7.2 million market cap. What? And climbing? Is it ready to turn it around? It looks like it's ready. It looks like it's doing its thing. Where is Toasty Sheep Nuts at? It's looking really good, everybody. Base chain will have its moment. That's what we're waiting for. When you see ETH back over $2,200, $2,500, all these discount prices on all these projects, they're not going to exist anymore. And this might be the last time we see some of these prices for a while, until BTC finishes this rally that we're going to be on for a little bit. We're going to the moon, everybody. I haven't taken off my moon boots. Maybe we'll add some moon boots to the merch store, but you're not going to tell me that. So we went to the yellow and orange on every bull run, and we're not going to do it on this one. That we got black rock, white rock, purple rock, green rock, everybody getting ETFs. You get an ETF, you get an ETF. We're not going to go into the yellow and the orange, right? Come on. We got Fidelity. We got the whole United States turning orange right before everybody's eyes. We have every country. And this is the time that we don't go into the yellow and orange. I doubt it, everybody. This was just a really, really nice correction, a really great opportunity for you guys to find some really, really great projects to DCA into, some communities to support, and really pushing to the next level because BTC, even at the top of this green level right here in the middle at 160K, would ignite the market. And then all those 72 ETFs will bring retail in. Bitcoin goes to 161,000 and they have all these ETFs basically listed. That's going to bring so much volume into this market and so much excitement that we're going to be happy that we just stood 10 toes down, everybody. 72 ETFs. Oh yeah, we're not going to go into the yellow and orange. Oh no, we're not going to do it this time. We did it every other time with COVID, with this, with that, and the time that Bitcoin's being completely accepted by governments and everything, we're not going to go into the yellow and orange. So be careful with these shakeouts that test people. These are just corrections. We still got some work to do on the chart, everybody. So when ETH pumps up and all these things start to pump up, you're going to see your arrow bud, your speedy, your FEG token, all these things naturally go up because there's no way that BTC goes up to 160,000 just touching the green, and ETH is not, close to its all-time high, and BNB is not breaking, new levels never seen before, and Solana's not going higher. There's absolutely no way for them to do that. The overall market has proven to you that when BTC moves up, everything moves up. So everything is going to be moving up. There's going to be short-term volatility for sure, and that's no question. And it's going to be corrections, and sometimes the wrong people are screaming way too loud, and everybody starts to buy that. But at the end of the day, this thing's going in the right direction right now. And when you zoom out on BTC and you go to the weekly chart, to me, I feel like the whole market overreacted. Maybe I'm wrong. That's fine. I mean, been wrong before in my life. But when I come over here and I look at BTC do a pump all the way to $11,000 and $9,000, $109,000, and this is the first correction touching the 50 moving average, and now we're going right back up. To me, that the market overreacted. You couple that with tariffs and media outlets scaring everybody, the correction really scared everybody. But on the weekly chart, how could you not handle that we're still in an uptrend? We'd never broken trend. This 50 moving average is showing you that Bitcoin, even during these last few months, it shows you that we're watching TikTok too much because we still didn't even break trend, and it's making us feel like we can't even wait for one correction on the weekly chart. We have to be able to do this for the wealth, everybody. For the wealth, for the big bucks, for the really big, generational wealth, we have to be able to weather this and look really long term in these markets where on the weekly chart, this was the first time after the pump there was a correction. The first time, everybody. So let these markets develop. Let them do what they got to do. Find your favorite projects. If it's $4 a week, if it's $400 a week, if it's $4,000 a week, you're going to be winning because when these things pump up, you're going to be looking really good. Now, obviously, the markets, the projects that come and go and they're fading left and right, they might not be here, because they're playing rug roulette. But those who stay 10 toes down, whatever floor you put this arrow butt at, when retail comes in and all these ETFs are activated, is the floor that everybody's going to buy it at. Retail is not going to care what price FEG token is at. Retail is not going to care what price Arrowbutt is at. Retail is not going to care what price, XPX is at. They just care that it's not at the same prices of everything else that's super high already. They're going to come in looking for low cap gems to hit really big. They're not going to buy Floki. Some might, but it's at 500 million. Do you want to buy Floki at 500 million or do you want to buy FEG token at 11 million? Do you want to buy PayPal up there on CMC, up there top 100s, or do you want to buy XPX as a market cap that can rise, a lot higher? There's way more upside potential than anything. And that's what's going to happen in this space. Let's look at Mubarak, another BNB play, really good undervalue. I think this one's going to do its dance as well. I think a lot of people are going to fade this. And when we see these BNB ETFs and people buy BNB and then they go to the Binance exchange, they're going to look for the undervalue big projects that they can buy. Arrowbutt is a gem on base, 100%, man, 100%. there's a lot of gems right now. There's a lot of gem communities out there that people can find right now, everybody. The markets are lit for us right now. It's up to us to push these things to the next level. We have some great projects, some great teams out there, and as we can see, we're looking really good. Man, I cover Move Barak since over here, everybody. I was talking about it since over here. Since over here, everybody. Man, I bring you guys the plays earlier. Make sure you guys keep that bell notification lit. When I have BNB, I put it into XPX. I could have hit on this one, but I don't do shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I just like to cover it because only Mubarak could have brought in the demographic that they brought in. So I'm glad that they did this. I'm glad that Mubarak shot up. I'm glad that Mubarak is going to continue because it brings in a whole bunch of new people into holding BNB. And then we can get these people to buy maybe some, Captain BNB, some FEG tokens, some XPX. But this is where we're at, man. Load up on your BNB. ETFs coming. Crazy, everybody. Absolutely amazing. So we're an hour and 10 minutes in. Great late night stream. I know some of the people across the pond is super late. I appreciate you guys pulling up. We're looking really good. The markets are correcting just a little bit. Nothing too much to be worried about. I wouldn't be too concerned. Why is my mouse going slower? Maybe it's dying. But here we go. We got a nice lit market. Bitcoin holding really strong in the 90,000s. It should most likely continue to hold in the 90,000s. If you guys are printing, you guys are doing really good. I do want you guys to come over to, my mouse is acting up big time. So that's what we have, everybody. Fantastic space. Great live stream. BTC, like I said, still holding very, very strong. 93,455. Pumping, moving. You look at the lower time frames, they're looking great. Still holding on this upward trend. Looking like it possibly can come down to like 92K maybe. Little correction at some point in lower value range and go back up. But at the end of the day, everybody, it's the downtrend's done. This is everything right here. We're above the 50. We're good to go. So let's rally together. Do your spaces now. Do your raids, your shilling. Everything that you do right now is going to look like it has a lot more traction. And that's why during the downtrend, we were warming all that stuff up, right? Because now we have this opportunity to rally with the market. So take advantage of some great projects, man. There's XPX at a discount price right now. Unbelievable price with the amount of utility that we're bringing to the table and the amount of utility that we're about to continue to bring on. I'm going to post this over here with my slow mouse. Can barely move. Oh my. Let's use a pad over here. All right, so definitely tap in with that. Load up on XPX. Back the truck up right now while we're on crazy discount prices and before we delete to zero. And the supply is still right here. 15.7% burned, everybody. Very, very exciting times up ahead, especially if you're a BNB holder and you see this right here. I mean, I'm taking this to the bank right here. This BNB being an application for ETFs, that is going to ignite the market. Do not forget about that. Assets such, and you know what? We are asset backed by BNB. So the BNB rally is going to be insane, and everything that's being backed by BNB like XPX and FEG token is going to rise automatically, everybody. So I appreciate you guys for pulling up to this stream, pulling up to the spaces that XPX hosts, all the love and support that you guys have been doing and this WAGMI movement that we're doing together is really appreciated. And now we get into the fruits of our labor. We were doing it when nobody was listening and all that stuff. And we'll see the markets get more and more exciting as we start to climb towards, a $3 trillion market cap. But we're there, man. We're definitely there. The downtrend is over. Rest assured that things are going to be basically on the up and up from here on out until we hit that top range of about $100,000 BTC all-time high, and we'll see if we break past that and have a continuation. And if you guys want to make sure you don't miss out on what happens and how that works out, keep the bell notification lit. Get as many people as you guys can to tap into this channel. But if you guys cannot do that, continue to come back and experience the abundance of money with me. Until next time, you guys know what it is. Much love and respect. Later, fam.